to get off earlier now.
Nope.
Yes.
Right. So
Sometimes we end that early. Sometimes we don't.
Yeah. It's true.
So last time with the Whims of Fate, they had a party meeting, which was left to mixed results, and well, it was basically just a RP session of meetings as after Tong left, the party discussed tactics and Tooth's problems. Now, that's not to say that it's his personal problems, but it's problems that Tooth is causing, even if they're accidental. Then Tong met with Amror, and Brina, for once, met a god.
Yes.
At least a god initiated a conversation with her for once. And I suppose raised her spirits with music and gave her a new flute. And this week, with the Whims of Fate, I should probably catch might get my notes up.
Okay. So we're gonna start with that following morning. Got a lot of walking to do. So the army does wake up fairly early, which means I'm sure someone's going to have to wake up Idea. She's not going to be thrilled with this.
She's doing better about getting up early, but that doesn't mean that she's actually getting up early. It just means she's getting up at more reasonable hours.
See, and we're talking army, so we're talking, crack of dawn, which is not reasonable hours.
I'll go over to Idea and take her away. Idea, we need to leave.
Do we have to leave now?
Yes, lives are depending on us. I'm sorry, I know you like your sleep. Come on.
The sooner we get marching,
Okay.
the sooner it's over.
It's over. Exactly.
Gaoshu wakes Tong up because he's a good butler.
Like, there's gonna be a really quick breakfast. Basically, it's not anything that you would cook. It's basically the medieval version of donuts, which means it's just bread.
Okay.
Bread.
bread, cheese. Rita's thrilled.
Yeah.
He's like, for her, that's gourmet breakfast right there.
That's a shame my sword isn't actual fire, or else we could cook these.
Walking next to him, why do you need to cook it? It's so good by itself. So granted, toast was good.
Toast, a little bit of butter, and melted cheese. Amazing.
You could do that. Cheese on bread. I mean, the French bread is still a little bit better than English bread, but this stuff is good. Thank you.
Now, if there's nothing specific you want to do through the walks, we'll just kind of chug along through the walking parts unless there's like a day where you're like, no, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think would happen in the walks is that Brina would probably try and talk to Airden a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Airden, you were talking about how being yourself is enough. But how do you know what situations that fits?
Every situation? Or are you thinking of something very specific?
Something specific. She's like still walking along with like kind of like shuffling her feet. You know, like something specific.
What's the very specific thing?
What if you oh, what if you like someone but they're so far out of your league that being yourself might not be enough?
Do you have someone specific in mind?
Brina just like steadily gets more and more red as as she's talking like maybe.
Okay, so here's what I want. I want yeah, right. Okay, so Brina, you're gonna do bluff because there's nothing better than that. And then Ernan, I want you to do an insight.
I did not put up my dice.
You
Find a D20 real
Deception.
quick.
Yeah,
Yes, deception, sorry.
you're fine.
Okay. Insight, you said?
Yes.
As long as there's someone that is able to tell the difference or able to do the conversion from 3.5 to 5e, we'll be fine.
Ah, they mean the
Well,
same
that's not
thing.
bad.
Whatever.
19.
19?
Huh. I also got a 19.
Okay,
Dueling
so
19s this time? You're dueling 20s last time.
yup. She definitely has somebody in mind. And it's hard to tell, but you're pretty sure that it's somebody you know, which is why she's being kind of cagey about it. But she's being pretty cagey about it, so you're having a hard time trying to figure out, do I actually know who this person is?
Or do I
Like,
only think I know who this person is?
yeah.
Hmm. Well, I guess what is it about you that you th that makes them out of your league? Like, I think you're pretty great. You're a great storyteller. You're very talented. And you're not half bad looking. Honestly, I don't know how there's a league you could be out of.
Thank you.
Aw.
You're welcome.
They're noble, and I'm not. Very different cultures, language difference. Granted, language difference isn't that big of a thing. I have a language difference with everybody. Plus, I'm not normally this height, and I don't know how long that'll even last. I've never been as self-conscious about my height before. It was just my height. But when I'm not magically, magically tall, they're definitely taller than me. which isn't really saying much because most everybody else is. I mean, other than Tooth.
Mm. So it's like this does, but doesn't narrow down your options.
What's funny is
If not two.
what's funny was that actually wasn't even intentional. It was just me.
Yeah, it was like, this seems to start narrowing it down, but then it widened out to basically everybody.
You're like, okay, there can't be that many nobility we know, and then you're like, ah, crap.
Just
That's
about
just
every
about everyone we
nobility.
know is nobility. At least that's human.
Yeah.
Well,
You even know a Fey nobility or two.
Well, the funny thing is, it's not because like you go out of your way to meet nobility. It's just you're not going to have the average man in an army in this day and age. So
Exactly.
Not leading it.
yeah,
Because most of the average infantry soldier will just be like a peasant that just like, hey, you're a part of the army now. King
Mhm.
said so.
Yeah, but the leaders and stuff, which is who we've been associating with quite a bit.
do.
well, you said something about nobility, and last I checked, they have a lot of power, which means they can do a lot of stuff that they want to do.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know how to even tell if any. Yeah, I can't even tell. Like, speak like that. As a person, yeah, but I mean, come on. The last time I liked a guy, he turned out to be a selkie that tried to kidnap me. I mean, do I
Well,
ask him
I
if he's a
mean,
selkie? Is that a good way to even start? I have a feeling that would be very rude.
it's best not to bring up a selkie.
Okay.
But, damn it, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Damn it.
Sorry.
Damn, I generally can't remember. Ah, I had a thought and it's gone now.
Sorry.
And it was going to be the
Alright.
best thing you'd ever come up with.
Yeah, probably.
That's just the way it goes.
Can't stop the recording now and look back.
Quick, let's turn around so we can go to that part of the forest where I forgot.
I watched in in shock as Erden like turns around and walks away. Well, what are you doing? Like,
Hang
if I'm
on, I
bothering
left a
you,
thought behind.
no. Like, if I'm bothering you, just let me know. You don't have to walk away.
Walks back, remembers. Ah, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Goes back. What did I just remember?
I walk between two trees and suddenly it's like a different room. Can't remember what I was thinking. Well, have you only seen them from afar or have you interacted with them?
No, I've talked to him.
Huh. All right. Talked about anything specific?
Birds. The sugar conversation, I was mostly babbling. He probably thinks I'm weird now.
What did he do while you were? Have you done anything else with them, or has it just been talking?
Well, he was helping teach people swordsmanship, and so I stood in on the class because it made sense.
Actually, this is a better question. Have you been doing most of the talking?
Out of character, Jen? I don't know the answer to that actually. I would assume yes, but I'm not sure.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
But it seems like it was a pretty good back and forth when he showed some interest.
True, and like I've had conversations with him before. It's just I would think yes that I've done most of the talking because
It
I'm
could just be one of those situations where not even Brina knows, because she was kind of
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
zone of what is going on. She's just babbling on. So
Yeah, it's like I'm not really sure. Probably me. I mean, I chatter quite a bit, don't I? Maybe I
Well,
talk to him.
Then, just one more question. What usually ends your guys' conversation? Is it because something else gets in the way, or because you two run out of things to talk about?
Normally war. So normally something else.
war.
war never changes.
What is it good for? Apparently ending romantic conversations.
What is
What
it
is it
for?
good for? Absolutely not. Sorry, I probably shouldn't even be asking about this right now since we are going off to battle. But there's too much time to think on the as we're walking.
Oh no, this is a completely reasonable thing to talk about because there's so much time.
Hmm.
When it comes to the scale of things, well, there's a lot more time to talk than it is to swing a sword.
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't be worried too much. I He may be out of your league, but I'm pretty sure there's such thing as an exception.
How do you know if you're the exception?
I think you ask them.
Only exception.
That's the problem. Why do I have to? I can barely talk. It didn't used to be that hard. The conversation about birds was pretty normal. I mean, I felt more shy, but pretty normal. It was mainly the sugar conversation that I was battling. Out of character, that should probably be a really good hint because you were there when that conversation was happening.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Ern just hasn't said the name yet.
Yeah.
He's like, ah, I see.
Ding ding.
Bum, 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 bum.
Well, think of it like a story. Which is more satisfying for the audience and which is more satisfying for the characters? The characters talking to each other and sharing each other's emotions and finding out that they share them and living happily ever after, or not doing it and both suffering in eternal torment.
Brina just kind of like gives you this weird side eye. It's like,
Stories is good reading.
yeah, it's like the second version of what stories have you been reading? It's like that question answers itself, Erden. Doesn't mean it's any easier to live.
Well, do you want to try and practice it?
No, no, I don't. But thanks for
What?
listening, please.
You're welcome, but we're not going to leave this. I'm not going to leave this here.
I'm not practicing anything.
It's like swordsmanship. You gotta. The more you do it, the better you are at it.
Jeez.
Or dancing, or reciting your lines, or playing music. In the Battle of Hearts.
Brina's like just looking up at the sky as she's muttering under her breath, like,
Tell me, Erden,
I'm
how is
Virginia.
this method working out for you?
So like I'm muttering under my breath, it's like I'm regretting asking.
How has this method not made Aridin a ladies' man?
Yeah, it's like
Hey, I guide people to a treasure I cannot possess.
Yeah, the only reason Erden doesn't have a ship in every port is because that's not the campaign we're running.
Yeah.
besides, that character was already kind of taken by Source before he left us.
A little bit.
Actually, no, both of the other bards.
Yeah, Source and Harold. But okay, but like as we continue walking, Brina's just like, and she has like her arms crossed, and she's just like looking up at the sky. It's like I'm regretting asking. I'm not practicing. Too weird. Does practicing naturally ever work for you in this situation?
A little bit, actually, yeah. Well, I mean, I tried, but it didn't. I never actually got a chance to put into practice, so I guess I can't say too much.
Story here.
Is this somebody else's time for a deception?
I am not hearing a word you say, Mary. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Brina's just like, wait, what? Who are you talking about?
Oh, I've been around for decades now. I've had a few lovers. You get to my age, you eventually get more than one.
Make it sound like you're ancient and you're not.
I'm 30 years old. I already have one foot in the grave.
Almost literally.
What's that say about Aurora?
And you're the
Making
living
me
dead.
feel old.
What? It was life expectancy back then.
I know.
I mean, in some cultures, Yeah, not much older than that is considered ancient, so.
Well, now, hold on. Is that taking into account the high rate of infant mortality?
Yes.
Mm,
I think so.
That's it. I don't
Because that
actually
does
know.
skew it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's
But wait a minute,
indeed.
who did you not get to try your practicing on? Sorry, if I'm
oh,
being nosy, I understand.
I was someone that didn't work out with. But you have a chance. You have a golden opportunity.
How do you know I have a
I
chance?
just well, let's just say you have not been subtle.
Oh, I was afraid of that.
Which
And
makes it
that
all
makes
the
it
more
even
beautiful.
worse.
It makes it all the more beautiful. It makes me more invested to see you succeed.
Because I'm awkward as heck.
No, because you have the opportunity to grow out of that awkwardness into confidence.
Talking to him takes all of my confidence.
Is that one of your motivational posters?
Out of awkwardness into confidence.
Yeah, sure, you can put it on the t-shirt.
It's gotta have the weird. It has to have the kitten hanging off the robe.
Perfect.
Then obviously we either need to practice more or you need to talk to him more.
Regular conversations are fine. I don't mind those. Those are great. He's also not here.
Then obviously we should not have brought you along.
What are you talking about?
What?
Yes. Oh.
Trying to leave me behind. Because I used to be small doesn't mean that I'm completely useless.
Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant that you'd have more opportunities to interact.
Yeah, and feel guilty watching my second family go off to potentially die.
Oh, like we're gonna die.
Airden falls in
Famous
the
last
Idea
words.
camp without really.
You don't know
Ah, yes. What a
Wait.
conventional display of hubris.
Meanwhile, you hear one of the NPCs. I'm just a couple weeks away from retirement.
Can't wait to get home to my family.
my dog.
Mm-mm-mm.
We
Great.
don't know the number of people we're going against. Don't know if they're already there. We're trying to save people when apparently you might not be able to. I'm chipper about this. I'm guilty even wanting to ask questions about feelings. My feelings. We should be focusing on battle stuff instead.
Really? When did you become a grand strategist?
I'm not.
Ah, right,
Just
yes, you are the story bard, the one that goes to individual people and introduces us to their very internal emotions and hopes. The stories themselves, the very thing that we're attempting to focus on rather than battle.
right. I have just like this wry smile because it's like I see what you're that basically says I see what you're doing and I approve of it, but I also don't like you for it right now.
Bless you!
Megan?
It's best to play to our strengths.
My mom.
Oh,
It's best to play to our strengths, Brina. And yours is definitely not stabbing people in the face. Or the chest, or anywhere notably specific.
You stab him in the feelings.
Yes. You stab them in the feelings.
In the fields.
I don't know if that's actually encouraging or not.
It means you're a
I prefer not to-
storyteller.
Thank you. I prefer not to stab anybody, but I also want to protect my friends.
It's a stab or be stabbed world out here.
Say I've already fireballed.
Yeah. So stepping out of character for a moment, I don't want to take up the entire time with this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I don't know how to integrate back into everything.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to put that out there because I don't want to monopolize all of the time, even if Airden wants me
No,
to.
you're good.
We just put in one of those superhero comic book movie transitions.
That's what the RP is for. So if you want to do more, I can just end it there. Right. But aside from that, I mean, he's probably going to keep pestering you the rest of the walk, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Trying with new solutions and trying to keep Raina's mind off of the battle. Oh, and also be practicing minor illusion.
Huh. Okay. The rest of the day passes by without much incident. Aside from Tooth messing around with things and periodically casting spells that you weren't expecting him to cast because he's not a caster. Yeah. So, things like that. Evening rolls around. And I want how many of you might be like looking around actively at what other people are doing as you're like setting camp up? Tonglin? Him? Rena?
Emperor probably is as he's going about, making sure the camp is in order.
Okay, so I want perception checks from everyone who'd be kind of gazing around, seeing what everyone else is doing. Like, how do you all set up?
After last night, the
Ooh,
morale
22
boosters
for
are good.
Amror. Amror's keeping that camp in check.
Perception that is
21.
a modified 20.
Yeah. What was yours, Arthur?
21.
Huh?
Natural one.
Like,
This die has comedic timing.
how? Okay, you're looking around. You're like, huh, what can I do to help my friend? You're not really looking around and taking anything in. It's more of a just.
We're staring off into
The
space
rest-
while we're explaining everything that I was talking about. Great. Now
The
I'm
rest of you
distracted.
will notice Will is not there. I will say though, Amror, you know why he's not there. Gorlois and him talked it out. You know what he is doing. You will also notice that Erden looks totally just deep in thought over something and he's got a goofy grin on his face.
Obviously very distracted.
Amber has no reason to be worried. Amber knows something that I, as a player, don't know, but that's fine. Because Amber knows it's handled.
Mhm.
But yes, as Amber is just watching over the camp, he'll go by Aridin and be like, something interesting on your mind.
Oh, just trying to find new things to replicate to try and get a new spell under my belt. Wondering what I'll say to Grain when I first say hi. Oh, and finding out one of my party members has a crush. I mean, minor things.
Well, that is all very interesting. Just don't be too overbearing.
Me overbearing?
My Rada has said
I think
that you can be a little overbearing at times.
not accusing you of
What?
normally being overbearing or not. I'm just saying, in such sensitive matters as these, one can try to do too much.
That's fair. I'll wait a little while before they are willing to talk about it again. Though then again, they might just stop altogether. I'll have to wait a few days. Thanks for the advice.
You're welcome.
How's a camp looking?
Well, for the most part, things are staying in order. There is the disturbance the tooth brings, but it seems to be better than yesterday, at least.
I should hope so.
I mean, he did receive plenty of threats yesterday. And last night. Pretty sure also this morning.
I guess that won't surprise me. By the way, how are you, Amber? It's been like 4 years, technically 8, since I've heard anything personal really about you. Like, just how have you been?
Yes.
Anything new? Or have you just been spending your entire life up to this point now, just almost a decade fighting?
Well, there has been a lot of fighting. In some ways, I have not had a break. But that doesn't mean I haven't had life developments. Although, Brina should really be here to hear this. Where she... Let's go find a fire and sit down.
It's gonna sound cheesy.
um, you're welcome to plop down around a fire, pass around some food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tong is interested in the story, but she is not sitting by that fire. She is sending her familiar to take her place.
Fair enough. Tooth will even be there, happily munching away, and looking especially non-threatening.
It's actually not threatening.
Insight check, please.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, that's a lot better. 18.
13.
um, I guess I should roll too. He seems just content to munch away on whatever weird thing he is eating. Hmm.
No.
It's just happily munching away.
Don't know
it's
what it
probably like
is.
a-
I'll-
It's probably a tamale or something.
He's eating a taco.
He just pulled it out of his bag.
No. I tried for burrito and a taquito and a empanada, and it wasn't any of those. Not a taco. Not a tamale.
Pusa?
A what?
Pusa? It's a Salvadorian dish.
No. Ooh, let's try for.
A New York hot dog.
No.
Or a dog.
Oh, new dice. That one's. Okay. See. Not that. Not that. I don't know what he's eating, guys. It's something weird. We'll just go with that.
Stacked on top of each other, all with different kinds of bread.
Fried bologna sandwich.
No, it's just a single pancake with butter and syrup dripping down.
Yeah, could be. Just a flapjack. Anyway. He doesn't seem to be doing anything nefarious.
Okay, he's eating something like internally. Brina's just like, okay, he's eating something strange, but he's not doing anything. And I'll turn my attention back to Amber.
Yes, and I'm sure Emmer is one trying to keep up appearances, but he's usually more lax with this group, but also tries to, not be the center of attention for everybody in the camp when he does so. So we've probably found a nice area that's to the side, but
Kinda off to
still
the side.
to keep an eye on
Yeah.
the camp if something goes terribly wrong all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Back to the woods, face to the camp.
Mhm. All right. So Ayrton asks how I've been the last 8 years, and he's right. I've mostly been at war, but I mean, a few things have happened. I mean, you guys were kind of there when I got accepted into my family, but I've continued to be there and eventually ended up joining the army because Domnoni has been under attack a few times since you guys have been gone, and this was the best way to defend my new home. I've been knighted,
Lord Amror, I love it.
but for the most part, I was defending our homeland and then with the army for the first several years until you guys returned to the camp briefly. Um, since then, let's see. I've been married.
You
Yes, I have
Damn
finally
it!
found somebody to be married.
We missed a wedding.
You did this one.
sad we missed the wedding.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I'm gonna
Scratch off that off the wedding
I'm pretty
list.
sure how it's pronounced. I'm just gonna double check.
Why not? We can
Helena.
still go if we
Sure.
get if we find the physician.
Helen. Helen. Love it.
The next Valentine's Day camp. The next Valentine's Day session.
Amber's wedding.
Flashback to Amber.
It'll be a special one shot.
Mm-hmm.
We tumble out of the TARDIS.
Yes. Yes, her name is Kellenen,
Love it.
and she is incredible, and also oh, very supportive, also very um. Oh, what's the word?
Headstrong.
Yeah, so it's like strong something, but
Were you thinking strong willed?
strong-willed might be one. Yeah, very strong-willed. She knows what she wants. I'm perfectly happy with that.
Obviously, she wanted you. Yay, you married.
A touch over 3 years.
Well, you're still invited to Ren's wedding. Your wife will have to come too.
You get 2+1.
Well, no, you were.
So-
You were. I'd invited you as my friend.
Fair enough.
Brina's face gets red as she realizes, wait a minute, I have an extra +1 to my brother's wedding. Because it's like she hadn't really thought of that because just thinking Amor not necessarily as her +1, but just like, no, you're one of my friends and I want you to come and I know Ren will be okay with it. Wait, I'm supposed to bring a date to my brother's wedding?
I totally misheard that because I thought Amror was asking if he could bring 2+1s, and I was like, what?
No, it was Amor asking Brina if I had 2+1s to bring to the wedding.
2+1s. Well, I still would very much like to be there. If I ever find a season, hopefully a season of time lines up with such. Let's see here. And we have one little boy. He's a little over 2 years. He's about 2 years old, a little older.
Name?
There's another small human.
Riverdale.
Fail. What name? Doesn't mean anything.
Me out of character. Yes, I actually know this. It's something ruler that whether or not Amor knows, I don't know.
Depends if she picked it out or he picked it out.
It is a Celtic name, so likely Kellenan picked it out.
Yeah.
Which also checks out because if she had a name in her head, I don't think Amor could have convinced her otherwise.
Oh my gosh, my friend just shared
It
this on a
depends on
different
who
chat.
in the internet you ask. One who brings fire, generous, noble. I could narrow it down further to figure out what Helen and Amor actually think it means, though. I do not have the meta knowledge required to hone that in for the character.
Yeah, my friend shared that. I was like, oh, this sounds like some characters.
Hmm.
Hi, I'm one of them.
I think it's about all the characters here at this point.
Even NPCs, because definitely has Uther written all over it. What? That
Embers'
was all
whole
Trump.
personality is built around it.
Yeah. No kidding.
He brings me much joy, although it sounds like he occasionally keeps Kellenen busy or, on occasion, a grain.
Why would I not be surprised if Rathale's friends were the Grain's kids? Elaine must be about the same age, right?
It seems likely to me.
Yes.
Kellenen
Yeah,
talks to a grain enough, but Get the impression Amor's away enough that when he sees Berthale, he's just happy to see his boy and teach him everything that he knows. And unfortunately, Helen just ends up having to do
All of the day-to-day
because
everything.
Amor's is off fighting to keep them safe.
Yes. It's what it's like to be an army brat. At least he doesn't have to move a whole lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah, anyway. Continue if you'd like.
Um, I think that's a lot of the big stuff. I mean, it's good to be going back home. Unfortunate under such circumstances, but for Lois and I have not been back for an extended period for nearly a year now, so
You haven't seen your wife and son in over a year.
a little under.
Glad we get to bring you back to them.
Yeah, well, plenty of opportunities to say hello after all this.
I'm excited to meet your wife and your son.
Well, I'm glad. I'm sure you will get along well. Well, maybe Kellenin will be a little bit intimidating, but she's truly really nice.
Frida gives a side eye towards Gausha, knowing that Gausha is there for Tong. Like, how intimidating.
Amor in his head is like, I'm sure they'll get along, and then he thinks of Brina's like very nice personality, and he thinks of how headstrong Kellenin is, and he's like, you might run her over a little bit, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm picturing, you know that scene from Pirates of the Caribbean where Jack is trying to get a crew together and he was like, "Do you have the fortitude to da 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 da?" Right? Like I could just see her doing that to all of them. Like, are you actually good enough to be friends with him?
Why, yes, I am. I have the scars to prove I can handle just about everything.
Going over some old notes, because I found out I am on notebook 4 for notes of this campaign. Because when I was nearly kidnapped by a Selkie, Amber was attacked and tried to be murdered by the other Selkie.
I remember that very well.
And Airden was the one that ran to help Amber not be killed by said Selkie. Because Harold came to come help me, and Airden ran to help Amber. So if anything, you can always pull that. I was like, well, I saved him from a Selkie. I believe the answer to that is yes.
Obviously, I'm his best friend.
Obviously.
Don't tell Gerard that though. I think he would fight you for it.
And an honorable duel it shall be.
Oh no.
And then there's going to be Brina with her hands on her hips, like, hey.
You know, normally knights fight for the honor of the lady, but no, they're gonna fight for the honor of Amror.
No, I'm the real bestie.
Oh jeez.
Amror's just like
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Amber's just like, I'm not either of your best friends. Where are you getting this idea?
I can be,
I've said
you can be good friends with more than one person.
It's,
You don't have to
it's
hurt each
neither
other
of you,
over
it's
it.
this random NPC that no one's met.
Actually, my
There's
best
lots
friend
of other
is
things
my
that can
wife.
get us hurt without hurting each other unnecessarily.
Well, it's not gonna be some random NPC. If anything, his best friend's gonna be his wife.
Yeah.
And no offense, but I'm pretty sure she could probably kick all your butts.
I
She's a
Probably.
don't doubt it.
I mean, it doesn't take much to mess with Thong physically.
Well, so something that may be brought up, just for you all to know, she's a Welsh warrior woman. So you don't mess with the Kimry longbow.
No. Yeah.
So basically, she's gonna become Idea's new best friend.
Quite possibly, actually.
That would be hilarious if both of your characters were best friends with one character's wife.
That would be hilarious.
That would be really funny.
I don't know what this interaction is going to look like, but just imagining it now is. Oh
Like,
my word.
throwing it around Idea and pulling her in,
Right.
like, here. Sure.
Okay. So, is there anything else we want to do with this conversation? You think
I don't
we're-
have anything else if nobody has any questions.
Nope. Just and belated celebration.
Yeah, happy and congratulations, and that's
Hmm.
and another happy thing to think of, but also internally for Brina, it's like, oh no, now I really have to protect Amber.
We're only so many minutes before while he's eating and telling stories before he has to go and tend to something in camp.
Yeah, right. Okay. Will somebody roll me a D100?
I think 2 people are already working on it.
58.
My dice and they're already on it.
The dice are
Did you
across
both?
the room.
Did you both just roll a 58?
Yeah.
I guess.
It was meant to be.
Well, okay then.
All right, so the random number generator of the universe just said.
The dice have spoken.
They already gave us dueling 19s between Erden and I.
Oh no,
You know,
that
I was
doesn't
gonna
count.
say,
It's
the
the
it
fact that
has
you both got it,
modifiers.
for the next week, you have beautiful, clear skies.
Oh wow.
So
Fine.
you can make really good time. Things are starting to dry out. We're getting closer to summer. Will does return and Falcon form and proceeds to have a long, quiet conversation with Gorlois.
Wait, is he talking to Gerlois while in Falcon form?
No, he changed back.
Falconry of the olden days was just druids wild shaping into falcons.
There you go.
Okay, does Brina notice Will returning in a Falcon
I
form and
mean,
then like the change from Falcon to Will?
give me a perception check.
Please, dice. I beg of you, please. That is not what I asked for. Perception. That is a 9. That is a no.
Nope. It is a no. It's just like you look up and suddenly Will is back.
Namor did mention it to the rest of the party. He knew why Will was gone, and Will can handle himself, and didn't need people meddling with whatever he was doing.
That's good.
I'm gonna roll see if Erden notices.
There you go.
Nope. Erden never even noticed you left, so
It's just like,
he's been here the whole time.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, as Brina's muttering to herself, it's like, oh, Will's back. That's good. Wait, where did he go? And Erden's like, he went somewhere?
He
I
left?
did Brennan notice that he was gone?
He left.
Gone before you talked at that first night in camp when he was gone. You knew why he was gone. I rolled high enough to realize everybody rolled high enough to realize Will was gone, except for Erden.
Aha.
Because Erden rolled a nat 1.
I missed that.
Yeah.
And Udea probably didn't know he was gone either, but she didn't really care. So
She would have cared if we had gotten close there, because then she would have been like, all right, where's that ley line? Will probably knows where the ley line is. Where's Will?
speaking of which, it has been a week. For my Fae friends, which is all of you. I want Arcana checks.
If this is related to ley lines, do I use ley line or knowledge ley line instead?
No, because this isn't a knowledge roll.
Amber's -1 to Arcana has resulted in a 12.
My rolls keep getting worse.
The day I rolled a nat 20, 28.
Damn.
That was a natural 19 for a grand total of 27.
Okay, so did anybody roll below a 10? Okay. Something's got you distracted. I don't know what. Maybe it's the falcon that just showed up. Or not the falcon. Maybe it's the fact that you just noticed Will is back and you're like, where did he come from?
Yeah.
The rest of you, however, can sense a portal to the other world nearby.
Did Amber
Because
even
you
need to
all rolled
roll?
really high. Huh?
Did Amber even need to roll? He can do that innately.
No, Amber probably didn't need to. I forgot he had that. But Amber also isn't going to be like, yo, portal over there. He doesn't really care. The rest of you are not used to being able to sense this typically, but for some reason, this one's particularly strong. And because you rolled high enough, you know that's what you're sensing. It's not like a ley line or something. It's a portal. And you're like, huh, interesting.
That can't possibly be important, and will not be. It will not be some sort of Chekhov's gun later.
No. I will say,
Does that
Amror,
mean
you are
anything?
familiar with this portal. You've passed it a few times.
You're saying that this
It just
portal
sort of
tends to stick around.
yes, this
Maybe
one
told
seems to
somebody
be.
not to walk over there before.
Don't wander that way. You pee on that tree, you might not come back.
You don't want to end up like Push, or however that name is pronounced.
Does anything about this portal strike Adea as extraordinary or particularly useful other beyond its normal uses in frame?
Uh,
Adea's still very much stuck on enchant the sword, but to notice something so magically powerful, I'm sure Adea's probably racking her brain through her experience and the things she read in the library.
Yeah, no, you'd probably have to walk over there, and it turns out it's a ring of trees with different shapes on them, like a pumpkin and a tree. And
um, you know what? For Idea, did you have anything for magical items?
I have a bag of holding. I have multiple imbued magic items from the artificer.
No, I just mean like knowledges on like
Knowledge on
magic
that?
items or.
Oh, yeah. Medea has knowledge of 2 for magic items.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that. For
Okay. Just straight d20 plus knowledge, or any of my ability scores apply?
it should be int.
Okay. 22.
22. Um, You sense um something seems to be magnifying the magic surrounding the portal. Maybe not necessarily the portal itself, but something's enhancing the magic, which is why it's so strong and you can feel it.
Hmm.
And it could potentially be something not actually attached to the portal, but you'd have to see it to be absolutely sure.
Dea is now very curious, but thinks that she should find out what a couple other people around the camp knows before she goes wandering off to investigate.
Hmm.
I think she'd first go looking for either Will as our resident magic expert, or maybe or Lois as a local, maybe Amaror because Amaror is also local and not an incredibly important person that would want to know why the heck a day is asking questions in the first place. Although Will is probably more understanding of that.
Uh, okay. Go ahead and give me a perception to see if you can find any of these people.
Oh, it's an 11. A 3 plus 11. A 3 plus 8 for 11.
Plus 11.
You got a better passive.
Nice. Trying to think how I. Okay, we'll do 3 separate ones. So you don't see Will.
The second one's a 13, so I'm still rolling terribly.
Don't see Gorlois.
The last one's a 25.
Well, you find Amror.
Of course I find him.
This is gonna be a very one-sided conversation.
He's also probably the least qualified person to answer this question, although he probably does know that there's something over there.
But because he actually knows that it's there in his passive before, he might be able to. He might actually know more about it.
I don't actually know what Amber knows about this.
I know.
That's okay. I can be his voice for this moment, so you're not talking to yourself.
No. We need to have him
Fair.
set up 2 chairs like that Pixar short.
Yes.
Amber, there seems to be something particularly powerful over there. There's a portal, but also something magically powerful, like it's magnifying magic power over there. Do you have any clue what it is, or if it's useful?
Well, I know that particular portal leads to the glass isle, which is kind of sort of not in the other world, but not really in the other world. It's on the border, if that makes sense.
Just there. It it had some really cool foraging. Oh, the crystals they were.
Or
Not sure I
sorry,
want
not the glass isle. I didn't mean the glass isle. The Isle of the Blessed. Sorry, there's so many
Oh.
islands. Britain's gotta stop with the islands.
Well, try telling an archipelago to stop being an archipelago.
Yeah.
The Isle of the Blessed. What does Adea know about the Isle of the Blessed?
Uh, you can roll me a straight wisdom for a
19.
memory check. 19. You think you've heard Erden mention this place before in passing. Um, and you're pretty sure that you've heard lots of druids talk about it as though it were home. So you're pretty sure it's the home of the druids. Which kind of makes sense because they're human, but there's something kind of supernatural about them because they actually have the ability to do magic, which is a normally non-human trait.
There are now two split thoughts in Adea's head, which she's like, is there a magical confluence in the Isle of the Blessed? And is Stonehenge over there?
We do owe her trips of Stonehenge.
I mean, we're kind of in the right area, but also not.
There's lots of standing stones.
I do know that Stonehenge is in southern England, but that's just about it.
It's like a day trip from London.
I mean, honestly, that doesn't say much. A lot of the island is a day trip from London.
No, Scotland isn't that much of a day trip. That's like a 2-day trip.
She says
Okay.
that, but we've been on a trip for a week plus already.
Time period we're talking about, dear.
I mean, I just
Is
did
now.
some measurements just for the heck of it. Because and in the process of this, I discovered that Tantagel is a place that still exists.
Yes.
But from approximately where we were to Tantagel was like about 170 something miles. Well, from London, it's 200.
Excellent. We should beat them there.
And that was
Especially
counting the
if-
fact that we have to go around the bay.
Yeah. That is a very large bay.
Whereas from London, it's mostly a straight shot.
Yes.
Anyway, what was it? Oh, Emerald just kind of shakes his head and he's like, but anyway, like, I know that's what that portal is. There's some, like, rocks over there. I never put much thought into them, but they're kind of square shaped, like cubes. Kind of gray colored, silvery colored. They're not silver, they're too heavy to be silver.
Now that I think about it, has Adea tried to unsuccessfully walk through that portal before?
Yes.
No. Because Adea's trying to go through the portal between the Isle of the Blessed,
Druid homeland and
not the
You were on the
connective
other
portal
world
between
side.
Maine
Yeah,
and
so-
the West.
Yeah.
she was on the
This
other world
is-
side the last time, but she was
Yeah.
trying to walk through to the Druid homeworld.
Yes.
Trying to find
So
Stonehenge.
Homeland.
you could kind of think about it as like the Isle of the Blessed is like a tunnel, and you tried to come in one side and got blocked. So this is the other end.
Adea is now very intrigued and feel. Thank you, Amor. Have you seen Will anywhere around?
He just points up front. He's like, he's with Gorlois. Now that
He
he's
would
pointing
probably-
it out, you can see them.
You probably know about the magic over there, and I should probably ask him before I go wandering towards his homeland, shouldn't I?
Probably.
Thank you. Adea will start walking towards Will.
You're welcome. Probably now wondering, have I made a mistake in telling her
What
anything?
have I done?
Yeah. So taking a look, we would have been going by Stonehenge, kind of. You know, it would be off to our left a bit, but
Get up on
Yeah.
a particularly high hill, and then it's like,
Idea just bolts towards Stonehenge.
hang on, I gotta
Adea,
make
we
a pit
gotta
stop.
come back.
Adea, no, come back. It's not even that interesting.
It's just a pile of rocks.
And how did they get there? And they last forever. It's so fascinating.
Whoever says they're just rocks, Bria looks at it as like, you don't understand Idea and rocks, as she's like trying to book it after Idea.
What everyone
They're
doesn't
not
remember
even
is that Isaiah is
carved.
also a capable mason.
Yeah.
They're not even carved. They
And
just
they're
used
gonna
magic
spend
and made them
money.
square. That's like the
Um,
most magical thing about them.
as you approach Idea, what's your passive perception? Because you're not
18.
actually 18? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so because you're not actually trying to hear anything this time, they are talking quietly to each other as you're approaching. And you hear, oh, give me just one sec. Um, you hear Will saying, I mean, they're not close. There's about 30,000 of them. It's gonna be a bit, but we're gonna have to really fortify if we want to keep those kinds of numbers out. Or maybe we just pray for one of our massive floods to hit right before summer. I don't know.
Debating whether or not Idea would have enough self-restraint to not go charging in there, despite the fact that they are clearly having an important conversation. She's trying to be better about these things, so I'm like, Idea probably comes just close enough for them to realize that she's there before realizing maybe it's better to wait. That's how I'm gonna play it. She probably
Uh-huh.
stops right as they notice that she's walking up to them.
Oh, okay. Oh, Orlo barely noticed you were there. But Will does stop abruptly when he sees you. And
I noticed something very interesting, that it looked like maybe you were having an important conversation and I should wait.
no, I think I gave him all the information he needs.
Okay. So there's a really big portal over there with some really powerful magic going on, which I think you actually already know about because Emerald told me it might be the Druid homeland. And
Yes, that's the entrance to the the Isle of the Blessed.
so I have two questions. One, is that the ley line we were talking about, or do we need to go further, or would it? And two, is Stonehenge over there?
Um, so Will is usually a really serious person, but he does actually snort at that. Like, it's no, it's not not on a ley line. It's in a ley line, but that's not the one that we're going to use. Because if I go there, I may never be able to leave. So we're going elsewhere. And what to Stonehenge? What why? Why do you want to know about Stonehenge? I mean, there are standing stones there, but it's not Stonehenge.
Well, I just heard about it, and it seems so fascinating. How did they get there? And they've been there for so long.
Why do I get the ominous feeling that Will's about to destroy her childlike wonder of Stonehenge? without intending to, but just like by explaining how they got there and why they're there.
One of my mini traits is as a mason, and it's just fascinating to me that those stones are there like that, and I want to see them for myself.
It's they were put there by rock giants. That's what's left of their house.
The mystery is finally solved. Damn it.
Did you say bronze giants?
Rock.
Rock giants. Dea looks a little dumbfounded for a moment because it was just not an explanation she was expecting, and she goes, fascinating. Learn something new every day, sometimes something unexpected, even.
Mhm.
All right, then I will refrain from wandering over that direction.
I mean, if you want, there's Galena over there. You will know that Galena is super duper conductive and it's a lead ore.
Dea's interest has once again been piqued.
But I'd be quick about it.
I mean, I only have until we get moving again, so I have no time to waste. Dea starts getting ready for her adventure to find the Galena.
The thing
So we
is
should
now that she's distracted, she's not gonna notice anything after that, which is even funnier to me.
So wait,
Uh,
are we mid-March or have we stopped for
like
n-
I thought for a
you're
part.
marching, but you're not marching fast. She could definitely run over there, collect some Galena, and join the rest before anybody notices she's gone. Unless, somebody just kind of happens to glance to the side while she's running off into the woods.
No, actually, I was gonna say, like, Ern would probably like look over at the portal and it's like, well, there's two people who'd be distracted by that.
Yep, there
I
goes
wonder what
one.
happened to Adea. Wait, where is Adea?
Give me a perception.
I'm still distracted by the fact that Will had come back.
23.
That's high enough for two things. So, first off, you see that Idea had been talking to Will, and then she suddenly bolts off in the direction of the portal. And you kind of see out of the corner of your eye that Will just sort of shrugs, and then you see Gorlois just start laughing.
Thunderclap are apparently taking a side trip.
Do I have to? Do I get something
Yes.
for it? What? Ugh. Yes, I have to, or yes, I get something for it.
Let's go
Ern
and
is
get it.
already mounting him. And we're off that way.
Um, the tooth is going to poke his head out of your bag. Just be like, oh, where are we going? We're moving real fast.
And we're just following Adea, making sure she doesn't get left behind or whatever.
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah, it's apparently the responsible thing to do.
Well, I mean, Somebody's gonna do it because Rada's not here.
All three of us know you won't do it.
I resemble that.
Resemble?
Yes, resemble. He doesn't resent that. He resembles it.
Double that.
It won't take you long to catch up. The portal really wasn't that far from the road. And honestly, because you guys can feel it, you know exactly where it is. It's not like it's a visible, like there's a shining portal kind of thing. It's literally just like a space between two trees, and it doesn't look like there's anything but more forest behind that. But you know that beyond that space, you're actually seeing a different forest.
Hmm.
But Idea is kneeling in the rocks that are kind of around the roots of these trees.
Hey, Dea, what you doing?
Airden? Will told me that there was Galena over here. It's very magically conductive ore, and I had to have some. I have enough time if I'm quick.
Well, I also brought a horse in case you found a little more than what you were expecting. So
Fantastic.
technically, you have more time.
Uh, I will say, as you're like rooting through these rocks, some of them are basically emitting a sort of magically static charge. So it's like getting static shocked from the carpet. As you're like, oh yeah, I want that one. That one's good. It's practically vibrating.
That checks out,
Why don't the guilds release Idea in a candy store?
basically.
Hmm.
Although Adea does wonder, she's picking it up. She's like, "How bad of an idea of this is it to put this in my bag of holding?"
Figure what happened with the wild magic crystal? Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, the wild magic crystal's a whole other story.
Right? She's
Ah,
like,
yes, because a
"Not wild
lead-based
magic. I'm
material.
pretty sure."
I mean, I just
That coal
recommend
that
don't
Fred gave
lick
me in
these
there.
rocks.
It's probably fine.
They're probably
Don't
fine.
lick these.
Just stick them in.
Don't lick these
The
rocks
coal
for
that
a
Fred
number of
gave me is
reasons.
fine in there, so I'm sure this is fine. It's not wild magic.
All the
Not
time.
Tooth is just
necromancy.
like Tooth is just like peering over, and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait for this to backfire."
Why do I get the feeling that the bag's gonna explode?
Oh no, I think this is gonna go great. I mean, line up a bunch of these rocks together. I mean, you can cast any spell on it, and suddenly it'll transfer all along it. Long distance fireball or something. I don't know.
Mm.
Eridan's in trying to invent the telegraph for fireball.
I will say that you are able to collect about 8 um like palm-sized chunks. Before the other three like, "Hey, the sounds of the army are drifting away."
Um,
Hi.
at which
Do
point
you need
Idea
something?
will be like, "Yes, I suppose we cannot stay any longer." Got so much of this stuff, though. I'm so excited to get to use it.
Do you even have an idea of what you want to use it with, or is it just a blank piece of paper?
I don't, but I'm certain it will come in handy.
Gosh, Idea's okay. Okay, sorry. Feel free to laugh at me for this, but Idea's a crafter. She's just hoarding the crafting supplies without a project in mind. She's the worst kind of crafter. Has no project in mind when she buys her materials. She's just gathering them and storing them.
The good news is that Adea has enough projects that she can't afford to buy materials that she doesn't have plans for. But foraging materials that she doesn't have plans for is an entirely different story.
Hey, if there's no one around, it's free real estate.
Waha. All right, that's all you wanted.
That we can return to the army with wide grin on her face.
Oh,
I don't think
and
Green
since you're
Ashley
in a
left the army. I think she just stayed with everybody else.
That's fair.
Andea, since you're in a crafting mood, I happened I bought this chunk of quartz in Atlantis a little while ago, and I finally decided what I'd like to do with it. I was
Yeah.
hoping you would be able to cut it into a sort of teardrop shape, but it's in two different pieces that can basically click together like they fitted perfectly.
I mean, I certainly could. Adea is probably also considering the structure of the quartz to make sure that it would actually cut that way. Um,
Well, the fun thing with quartz doesn't have cleavage planes, so it pretty much will cut whatever way you want it to.
it's like I think it's gonna be fine though. Like I'm thinking of what I've seen of quartz. I'm like, that's probably fine.
I don't
An
know if you have
interesting
time,
design
maybe
you
like
want. I
making
would love
them.
to do it. How soon do you want it?
Uh, when you have a moment in between things, I mean, if you have the materials and time, if you can make them into necklaces, that'd also be nice.
Are you making friendship bracelets?
No.
Necklaces.
If I was doing that, I just take one of the silver coins, make a bunch, like melt it down, make like these little circle things, and put letters on them. Just use rope.
Adea looked at him mildly suspiciously. Important that it's handcrafted.
I mean, how else can you make things?
I can fabricate things that I'm capable of making and that are receptive to magic. That just
Well, think of it like this. You don't have access to a forge, so which will occupy your time longer?
I mean, doing it by hand will obviously occupy my time.
I wouldn't want you to get too bored.
Idea has been giving a travel crafting project. Sheridan's really just entertaining the kids in the car. And I love it. I'm so here for it. I love it.
Here, have a coloring book.
Adea's still a little suspicious that he has some purpose he intends for this that he's not telling her, but she doesn't really care all that much. So she's like, okay, I will make it my traveling project while we march then, or rather when we stop for the night.
Yeah, and he'll hand you over the chunk of smoky quartz.
Tingly.
And
Excellent.
When the two come back, Tom would just be like, "Well, where did the two of, or I suppose three of you, go off to?"
We have Galena.
What?
I'm so excited. She
surprise!
pulls one out of her bag to show Tom.
Galena.
It's a rock.
And
A very magically receptive ore. Will tip me
Surprisingly
off.
shocking.
It was a little shocking, yes.
all right, the day has gone from neutral to very positive in Tong's mind.
Because she brought Tong an interesting rock. I love this.
But she's a geologist and an arcanist.
About it is that we've inadvertently broken down a wall to Tong by igniting her love of geology. It makes me happy, even though Brina has no idea that's going on.
Oh,
This is why you
all
encourage
four
the
of her
side
tails are
questing.
wagging quite a bit.
Can I have roll a D100?
Here, I will.
Yeah, we don't want to double this again.
I was gonna say we got good weather last time.
Were we rolling to see if Adea messed up her bag of holding again?
3?
83.
Oh, 83.
83.
Cool. Okay. Continue. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. Adea shows Tong the Galena, and her tails are wagging back and forth very much like a happy dog. You know, to alright, so to Brina and Erden, it's just as they said. It's just a rock. It's a very shiny rock.
I'm not trying to diminish its value. It's like, oh, it's a rock. Okay, what can we use the rock for? Like, is it useful or is it?
Very magically conductive, so I'm sure we can come up with good uses for it.
I presume Tong may know from this being very much her area of expertise.
Yeah, use your 10 points in knowledge geology.
Actually, that would be profession geology.
Profession geology to you, sir.
That's yeah. I just feel like I got that. That's doctor to you.
Doctor to
I do have 8 points into profession geology. I just don't know what modifier to add to it.
20.
Well, presumably this would be intelligence. But also, if we're asking about the magical uses, this would be more of an arcana thing.
But it's also geology. You get all the bonuses. Like Adea when she goes and works on stuff.
So, what do I know that we can do with this Galena?
Yeah, we're gonna just have to send you a Wikipedia page because that's how much summation we can give.
Adea too
It's
is
lead and
brainstorming
sulfur.
during the walk.
What?
That's it. It's lead
Adea
and
too will
sulfur.
be brainstorming during the walk.
Wait. Sorry, I missed something. Are we rolling for something?
Well, the question is, what do I know that we can do with the Galena? We're trying to decide what particular role that would be.
What roles are you debating between?
Profession geology or arcana.
Or both.
I mean, you could do 2 separate ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Adea will also be brainstorming while we're walking. Although Tom's answers will probably come first.
All right, so I'm doing the geology one first. Would I add intelligence to this?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I have to add 3 numbers to this. No, that's the clock. Okay, 5, 8.
Knowledge magic items or arcana for Idea?
Oh, right.
They probably are.
That should have just been an easy
Uh,
thing. That was an 18 for geology.
I'd say start with Arcana, Ida.
25.
EJ, so you said 18?
Yeah.
So you know it's a lead ore. So, and it's like the number one lead ore.
Hmm.
Um, and
That's 3
mm,
5s in a row.
My condolences.
Might
you
as
know
well.
that that's pretty good for like building like roofs, um, coffins, statues, things
The
like
fall of
that.
Rome.
The fall of Rome. Sometimes it's used to make coins. Paint. Oftentimes it's just mixed with other metals to make them stronger. I will say, because you're also a geologist, you know that it is toxic. So you're like, yeah.
Okay, it's magic, Tom. Don't touch your food with that.
Wash your hands first.
Oh no,
Please wash your.
lead is completely safe in its rock form. It is literally in any other form that it's dangerous.
I'd like to say that's how it works, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's fine. It's inside a larger crystalline structure. You can't get it in there.
And that is a 13 on the Arcana.
And then what did Idea get for Arcana?
25.
Okay. Um, you so for Tong, you know that it is sometimes used in magical items, but you've never particularly cared for the magical properties of
Mm.
sulfides. So
Yeah.
you're just kind of like, oh yeah, I guess that's a side thing. Idea, these are strongly magically conductive and electrically conductive um, minerals, and uh, because of that, they often get carved and put into magical items to enhance magical properties already put on them. So, for example, if you were to like imbue it into Erden's sword, it might glow brighter.
Hmm.
Wait a minute. You did a
The-
+1 for Erden's sword. If you do it on a ley line, that makes it +2. You do some Galena, it gets to +3, right? That's how the math works.
Yeah, Idea has lots of ideas now. She's like, well, I have a sword that we already want to be really powerful. Maybe we can make it even more powerful. Also,
There's also all this stuff that you
maybe
could do with the lead itself.
Airden would appreciate it, and I have other magic, and there's so much we can do.
Just make sure to wash your hands before eating anything. The lead is quite toxic.
Noted.
I'm just like imagining her looking at her hands, like, did I touch my face?
In my bag. Oh no.
She doesn't have food in her bag, I don't think. So she should be okay.
As long as it's not Ernan's bag.
Yeah,
I
that'd
wasn't
be a
saying, so she went
disaster.
food in her bag of holding.
I've
In
been
her bag
eating
of
those
holding?
other things, so
Yeah.
I think the only
Oh.
thing that might be in her bag holding are any rations.
You may
They
not want
haven't
to eat that.
explicitly split things out. I kind of assume things are in the bag of holding unless there's a reason they shouldn't be.
There you go. Did I touch my face? Oh, I have food in there. Not
Good thing the army's
anymore.
been feeding them.
Yeah.
Would you like a chunk of baguette in these trying times?
Not right now. She has
Only
to wash her
after
hands
I wash
first.
my hands.
Just wash my hands first. Hey, Ernie can help with that too. He can create water.
And I can't anymore.
I mean, if we want to objectify Idea's hands, you could use prestidigitation on them.
Yeah, hands are objects, right?
Who did Erden do the water in front of?
He did it.
Golois and Uther.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
Berlin and Uther because he basically created water for Uther's dunking.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I was like,
Uther was upset that the water was cold. Like, yeah,
yeah.
friends don't feel friends.
Suffer.
I think it was more that he didn't want to potentially burn him. Like he didn't know how to heat up the water and didn't want to burn him.
You can heat up
Yeah.
the water when you cast it?
I don't know. I don't think
Will can, but Will's a fire druid, so he can't really create water. So if somebody else is creating it, he can heat it up.
I could warm up food with prestidigitation. Well, food and water
Yeah,
with
sure.
prestidigitation.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
1 cubic foot at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you guys know about the rocks and what they do.
And that Idea
Um,
probably should not eat the rations in her bag.
No.
Probably not.
How old
I
are
would
those
not recommend it.
anyways?
Right?
Like, did Idea get them when she first left her home and just like never looked at them again?
These are things I don't usually think about, which only makes me more concerned when I think about the reality of this video.
Oh, they're probably very old because she had create food and drink for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
True.
yes, I have a very interesting culture of mold.
The Eridan
Um,
used to purify his food, and it lasted for however long he wanted. Anyways, I'm just gonna assume that one way or another these rations are no longer
Kaput.
good.
they no longer apply.
Yes.
As you guys are walking along, I'll say most of you have a really high passive. You'll notice the army suddenly stop. It's not time to break down. There's still light. You could probably go a little bit further. But you hear a lot of whispering coming from the front of the army.
Well, this is the end of
The day is
A
serious.
Man Worth Fighting For segment, isn't it?
A man worth fight. Oh.
Yeah.
Or no, it's A Man Worth Fighting.
There's no smoke on the horizon.
Amror is also probably, one step ahead of the rest of the party on this.
Yeah, like, and why are we stopping?
Either why are we stopping, or I'm the part of the reason that we stopped. I'm not sure which in this game because of the player, but
Will actually make his way back to the where you guys are at. And he goes, Miss Brina, your assistance is requested.
Absolutely, what's going on?
There's a cow blocking the road.
A cow?
Yeah. It just wait.
Do I know what a cow is? I'm pretty sure I know what a cow is.
You've probably seen one at this point.
Like, I think I've seen a cow by this point. Okay.
Yeah.
We stopped for a cow.
Hey! This is the Snorlax in the middle of the roots, okay?
Yeah.
Kind of. Because as you get to the front of the army, there is in fact a cow there, but this cow is like 8 feet at the shoulder.
Blue?
I said, no, it's not blue.
Spring is like frantically under her breath to Will's like, are you sure?
Yep, it's a magic cow, but it's not listening to anything I have to say. And you actually speak to animals, so tell the cow to move.
Tell the cow to move.
Me first?
What am I supposed to say to it?
I was gonna say, like, I'm gonna ask its name first. I'm gonna be polite. Okay, Rena like step towards this ginormous cow. If it's 8 feet at the shoulder, my current height with the wild magic is now 5'6", and because you haven't told me that that is fated yet.
You still look up to it.
I mean, right now it's grazing, so its eye is kind of level with you.
Okay. Good me. What's your name? What?
Like that. What?
I'm
You
sorry.
can see it's looking at you. It's just
I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch that.
Like Ern's standing back with like the front of the army still on Thundercloud and just like playing with surprise, like, oh, this has never happened before.
Okay, but this cow is looking at me.
yeah, it's looking at you. It's
I can
still
tell
grazing.
but
Huh.
it can understand what I'm asking. It like
Give
the
me an
okay
insight.
is I was gonna say is the look that it's giving me intelligent.
Help action.
How are you helping?
I was gonna say, how is somebody helping?
So,
I'm on
bardic
horseback.
inspiration.
I have a pretty good. I have a pretty good sight of what's going on. I
This
can
is
probably see where the cow's looking.
and that's insight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he's giving me the help action,
Advantage.
is that thank you. Hallelujah for a freaking advantage. That's a 21. You saved me from a 3.
You're very
I rolled
welcome.
a 2, and then I rolled a 20.
There is an intelligent look in this eye. In fact, you get the impression this cow is intentionally, quote, speaking cow at you instead of trying to properly communicate.
Like Ern says from the back, too much eye contact.
Its eyes the size of my head. Where am I supposed to look?
Brandon just like crosses her arms like, you're being very rude. I asked you your name because I wanted to be polite.
You asked my name because you want me to move, and I don't want to.
Actually, I asked your name because I wanted to be polite because I like knowing people's names. Animals too. I'm Brina.
Mm, give me a persuasion. What?
22.
Oh, okay. All I heard was 2, and I was like,
No,
That doesn't
22.
sound right.
Glass Goblin. I
Glass
will
Goblin.
put it. Yeah, I will write it down because it's not what you think it is.
Mm-hmm. I'm hearing glass goblin.
Glass Goblin.
Glass goblin.
The Lun.
Glass
It is.
goblin. Gob. You read? Okay.
Go,
Glass. Thank you.
yep.
Glass goblin. Beautiful name. Very nice to meet you. Is there a reason you're choosing to graze here at the moment? I mean, is the grass better here or
It's here.
understandable?
Rena, all of a sudden, Tooth is beside you. And he said, I'm sorry, did you say you were Glass Goblin?
Yes,
So
he
does
did.
Because you said it out loud.
Oh, true.
And I'm not deaf. Okay,
Yet.
okay.
Glass goblin, this is Tooth. Apparently, he wanted to meet you.
Do you know who this is?
No, she doesn't.
As Aaron says that, I'm looking down at Tooth. It's like, well, he told me his name is Glass Goblin.
Okay. This cow belongs to Lou's father. But more importantly, everlasting, always filling milk.
Oh, jeez.
Quick clarification out of character, is this a female cow or a male cow?
Well, it is a cow, therefore it is female.
Would be a
Good
bull.
point. Sorry.
It is
Nobody
a white.
tell my dad I just got that.
It is a white cow. Funny enough, its name means white cow in Irish.
Okay,
And
that is
honestly,
extremely impressive.
I thought this cow was missing.
Why would you think it was missing?
Not missing. I was stolen.
You were stolen?
Yes. I was stolen.
You know who stole you?
Of course, I know who stole me. His name is Baylor.
Baylor. Do I know a Baylor?
Baylor.
Baylor? Do I know a Baylor?
Um, I don't know if you would. trying to think if it even got brought up on the glass aisle. Let me double check.
Where's Rada when you need her?
Hey, look, just because she's a servant of Lou doesn't mean that she knows everything yet. Just a
I
little
love how
note.
this page starts with
Lou
arson.
might talk to you and be like, "Hey, I know somebody who's looking for that cow."
Yeah, Rada still hasn't read the full pamphlet yet.
She's still making her way through the handbook.
Yeah. Welcome to your new religion.
Also,
As a
I like
follower of
how
Lou.
I like how the second Rada decides to run off, a whole bunch of Lou-related stuff comes up.
No, that was a different one. Too many
He's
people.
trying to
eating.
fill her absence.
If you want to try for a religion check, you can.
This might work. 19?
19.
Here's a conversation that I've had with somebody that I didn't remember.
Yes.
Burton was drunk one time and started singing a song of several gods that he couldn't really properly remember what they were about, but it was
As
to
you
try and help him remember religion.
as you think back, you distinctly remember some years ago. You think it was years ago. It could be months. Who knows? Time has been a weird thing. That there was a time where some of your human companions were kidnapped and hunted by Fae.
And Baylor is connected how?
You don't remember. However,
Mhm.
you remember these Fae were Gaelic, like the
Okay,
one standing next to you.
okay, this is providence in the fact that I went over my older notes, so I went over the Wild Hunt earlier, and I remember Dougal.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see a Baylor though.
This would have been a totally in passing kind of thing.
Does Baylor have anything to do with the Wild?
Not really. He's against the wild hunt. However, I am shocked that he would steal a cow.
You
Okay, not
know
really. He's the leader of the Fomorians.
the Morians.
This one I can safely say, you've never heard this term before. You don't know who the Fomorians are.
Who are the Fomorians?
The the Fomorians are a group of Fae. They oppose the Tuatha De Danann, who instituted the hunt. They're like the sister race. Like oh, I heard one of the Saxon druid talking about it. It's like the Veneer and the Aesir. Oh, you probably wouldn't know what that is anyway. Olympians and Titans. Okay. I got nothing.
They're opposite. They're opposing forces.
Yes.
Okay.
Gary.
Gary?
Yeah. Maybe because neither one of them like leprechauns, but
You say scary or dairy? Because I heard dairy.
Scary.
Scary.
I heard Gary.
Yeah, I heard
I
Gary.
mean, Gary, dairy, scary, scary, spooky.
Gotcha. Okay.
I heard it correctly.
All right. I'm going to turn back to the cow and address Glass. So, have you escaped?
Mm, yes, I guess.
I guess.
Well, nobody stopped me from leaving.
And there isn't anything like, there's not like a bell or anything around their neck to indicate that they're okay.
I was both stolen and lost.
I understand not wanting to move when you found a good patch of grass to graze on. At the moment, we're trying to move forward to get these men home to defend their homeland because there's an army coming to destroy their families. Would you be potentially willing to move aside briefly? Or is there a way that we could maybe help you find better grass?
Persuasion.
Around the cow is happy where it's at.
And thus begins our cow adventures.
The only thing I can think of is that the road that we're on means that we can't. Like, the only thing I'm thinking of is that everywhere but the road is impassable, and that's the only reason why we are having to stand in the road talking to a cow. Persuasion?
We've stumbled upon the cow, yes, in the one wooded spot we've hit for a while, for a week.
Oh no, I've been thinking this is a Monty Python
19.
skit where we have to go over the bridge.
What was that?
19.
I suppose so. And it kind of wanders off into the woods. The trees kind of creak as it pushes its way through, but it is now successfully off the road.
Thank you. Here's some of the shoots by the trees are really good.
Can we have some milk? What? It's supposed to be good.
No doubt that it's good. But she just did us a service by moving out of the way of the army. I don't want to push it.
Carlos has started leading. He goes, and we're not going to push it either. We're going to keep going before it stops us again. And I will say that he will
Congratulations on your first diplomacy.
actively pluck Tooth up off the ground and kind of toss him back towards Erden.
I suspect Amor was probably watching with keen interest from the front, so he kind of puts a hand on Brina's shoulder and kind of quietly is like, "Good job."
Thank you.
Okay.
That's what my D100 roll got us, wasn't it?
Yes.
Out on the road. I love
Random encounter with a cow. The thing it was like it said what did it say? The party finds a random cow. No amount of investigation reveals anything of significance about the cow or where it came from. But I was like, a single cow is not going to impede the army, but a really big magical cow is.
Okay, it was our Snorlax.
I love it.
Indeed.
And our flute user got it out of the way.
Not even having to use the flute. Please. Come to think of it, is this the first time a lot of these men are watching me talk to an animal?
Yeah. It
What
is.
are, like, I'm assuming, like, as we continue forward, what are some of their reactions to Rena, who most of them probably remember being small, and are, if they remember her being small, and now that she's
You
taller,
know,
but it's like,
they don't they don't seem particularly surprised by anything, and it may be that they've just spent a lot of time with druids, and they've just kind of come to expect weird things to happen.
gotcha.
The unexpected.
Yep.
Some of them are probably
Alright.
disappointed they wasn't killed for dinner
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, that was
Um,
like,
I
I think
do
I think
want
Rena's just like, that's kind of refreshing.
right. I do want a couple of D100 rolls.
A couple, eh?
Yeah, one.
All right.
I'm gonna let Dominic do one because he hasn't done one yet.
Yes.
Granted, one of the last times he did, he rolled a 100, so maybe not.
I'm already on it.
I know.
Your fate has already been sealed.
I don't like that look, Marco.
No, it's fine.
I rolled a 39.
We'll.
39.
I mean, how many D100s did Jen need? It was only two, right?
A couple typically means two, but a lot of people don't use
Um,
its literal definition.
it kind of depends. Let's get one from each of you. So we've got a 39,
27.
7.
27, a 7,
57.
57. Okay. And a 1.
Yeah.
You got a 1?
Yeah. I feel like I should be taking a picture of these these
Good.
D100s because these things are cursed, I swear.
Okay. So for the next several days, there's clear skies or light cloud cover. It's pretty nice. It's starting to get warm and humid. It's starting to feel more like home to Brina, getting that stickiness to the air again. And then at the end of the week, a raging thunderstorm rolls in.
What did
Okay.
Corella ask for?
Will had mentioned if we get
Or was it
one of our
Will?
floods, one of our seasonal floods.
And since you were the one who rolled that lovely nat one, will you roll me another D20?
Absolutely. This is a waste. This is an absolute waste of a natural 20.
Okay.
I obviously need an exorcist for my dice because this is stupid.
Excellent. Um, okay. Give me a sec. I gotta clear some things out of here.
Ooh.
That's a,
We're
just for my notes,
continuing.
Dominic, what did you get?
39.
Hmm.
As we're walking along, can I ask Will or Lois to just let Lou know where Glass Gavilan is, so that he can tell his dad?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, um, actually, I know I said D20. Hold on to that thought. Give me another percentage.
You want Airden to do it?
He's already doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
80.
80. Okay. So this one. 3. Oh, that's what I want. I want this. Okay. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. So this thunderstorm is lasting for about 3 hours, which is long for a thunderstorm. There is heavy fog, so you can't see more than 5 feet in front of you, including those with dark vision. Just because this is not about ambient light, this is literally there is something blocking your vision. So you may pull your sword out in an attempt to like see things, but really it's just reflecting off the fog and almost making it worse.
Actually, no. I'll put it on a. I'll tie some rope on one end of it, and then actually have it drag behind Thunderclap, because that's how fog lights work. It lights up from the bottom.
As the day wears on,
Guessing
the
it's
fog
Emerald probably taking a
starts
key.
the fog starts to lift because the winds get insane. Um, like at one point, Tooth gets ripped out of a bag and someone has to catch him so that he doesn't blow away. And eventually Gorlois calls it and he says we've got to hunker down. If we keep going, something's gonna happen. Of course, people can barely hear him. He's just like, we gotta stop. The wind's like ripping his voice away, so he's like using hand signals. Um, he will send a message to you. He will try to send a message through the wind, but the wind is moving so fast that it's like you hear his voice, but it's like, whoo! And you're just like, I can't. So eventually he switches to the pearls and he's like, okay, we gotta stop. If you can get people to stop. So he'll send those messages to like Amror and to Erden and be like, stop the army.
Like, and just riding up along and around, just like, we're hunkering down. We are staying here.
So
End of the day.
I suppose
will
Tom
cast
can help
alarm.
out. So as soon as she gets that message from someone, she'll start doing it psychically.
There you go.
Ember will surreptitiously cast alarm to make very loud noises to get people's attention.
There you go.
Yeah, Ern will occasionally
Um,
cast command to someone who's really not paying attention. Just like, six.
Stop. Be really funny. They're just walking along, and then suddenly flop in the mud. uh, there are branches that are breaking off of trees. Sometimes you'll see Gorlois like guiding some of that away so it doesn't hit someone. um, Will Will is doing his best, but he's a fire druid, and this is not weather conducive to being a fire druid. So, however, he does have Elemental Bane, which allows him to block off some of that water. Um, So, if nothing else, no one around him should be taking any damage due to water. But that is about the best he can do at this
Hmm.
point.
If the water becomes a damaging something that seems like it's legitimately damaging, Adea can also protect herself. She has protection from actually protection from energy does not cover water. It does do cold, but
Mm,
You can stop yourself from getting hypothermic.
which is also important.
and absorb elements is not very long. But it also doesn't cover water. Is water its own type of damage?
Um,
I'm starting to think it isn't.
Not in typical D&D,
I mean, there are
but
At
water
best, it would fall
elementals,
under
but
force.
huh?
Guessing it's probably cold damage typically. Or heat. Fire
I
damage if it's scalding water.
Yeah, I
Force
think it
if it's just
sometimes, yeah.
neutral. Hmm.
Oh, he can do that. Let's see. Trying to see because Gorlois has far more effective magic in this case, so I'm um he does during the worst oh wait. Oh, he's got that. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Man, being an air druid makes this so much easier. Oh, perfect. Once he gets everybody settled down, he gets everybody positioned in such a way that they're sitting in a very specific orientation so that he can control the air around the wind around you. And suddenly, you're just getting wet. You're not being blown willy-nilly because he is controlling the wind around the
Excellent.
entire army. Yeah. So,
I think Adea's missing some of her old spells to try and solve problems.
Ah, yes, that missing create and destroy water.
indeed.
Yeah.
Brina's just like hunkered up in her cloak from home because it's
Destro-
very water repellent.
Destroy water can destroy 30-foot cube of fog.
Well, I think the wind has destroyed the fog at this point.
Yeah.
By evening, the storm has calmed, and he's able to drop the spell, which thankfully he looks exhausted from trying to maintain that
Uh-huh.
for as long as he has been. Because he's had to basically put it up a few times with a little bit of help. Um,
As soon as we're able to make a fire, Brina's gonna set about making him some hot chocolate.
he's very grateful. He's like, that was all right. You jinxed us.
is that a question from the DM to the players, or is that
No,
a
that was
in character?
Gorlois to the army. Just like Gorlois is like who jinxed us.
I didn't say anything about the weather. How about you guys?
What?
I'm pretty sure the island doesn't count as a boat.
He's definitely trying to drown you though.
it's a it's a boat upon the mantle.
Don't say that.
Hate to break it to you, but we're floating.
Everywhere's a boat.
Nowhere is safe.
Nowhere is safe.
Um, However, I will say, when you guys wake up in the morning, you will see the very end of that bay. You're almost around it, which means you've probably only got a few more days before you reach Tintagel Castle. Less so for Amber's family because they're on the way. They're not in the same city.
I went and looked it up. I was Intijo's like in the corner of that island, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much the
Yep.
corner of Cornwall.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
right up on. It's on the basically on the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like, where in Great Britain is Tintijo? The bottom left corner.
Cornwall.
In a nicely defensible spot.
Very defensible if what I heard earlier was accurate, which I would hope so. It was a PhD person that said it.
I hope they know what they're talking about. You'll see
Alright.
that up in Scotland too. That is where we're going to end. We will be going into our next probably week's worth of travel because we got to go all the way to the end of the little peninsula there.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you didn't drown.
I'd be impressed if we managed to drown on the island, but you never know.
I
Well, if you
mean,
think about it, Doggerland is part of the boat that is on the mantle, and it is already sunk.
So what you're saying is we're on a sinking boat.
Yeah.